Welcome to another week of In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. Glad to have you here with us. A.A. Moore talking here with the coach of the Miles Golden Bears, Reginald Ruffin. And Coach, this was one of those weeks where, teams that you should beat or people that you think you should beat can turn into a trap game. And it certainly was an interesting situation as we traveled to Central State.
Well, for me, every game is an important game. That was an important game. It was a conference game. And, unfortunately, the hats went off to Central State. They did a great job. Coach Pearl, those guys did a great job. In spite of the weather, in spite of the condition of the playing field, they had a great game plan. And, we didn't do the things that we needed to do in order to be successful coming out that game. And, it was a tough loss.
It was a big game, as you said, because it was a divisional game. You have to take care of Central State just like you took care of Lane earlier, and then you've got a couple more games coming up in the final 2 weeks. Was that spoken about during practice that, hey, this is the divisional game, let's not look too far ahead?
Well, it's a conference game. I told our kids, every game is important. That's on the schedule, and that game was important. Like I said, it just happened to be a divisional game at the latter part of our schedule. But, our kids knew the importance of that game, coaches as well as the players. And, like I said, we didn't play our best, and in spite of the condition, we just didn't play Miles College football, and it ended up costing us.
Well, we'll get a chance to look and see how this game went down. Miles against Central State when we come back from the break. You're watching In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
So you're with the UPS store?
Yes. In fact, we printed these right here.
Oh, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, faxing, notarizing, shredding, mailboxing, copying, taping, binding, consulting, designing, returning, storing, grading. Oh, and of course, shipping.
So you're into shipping?
We also do printing, packing, faxing.
Come into the UPS store today for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrews Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
Back here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. And Coach, before we get into the highlights in the first half, let's kind of set up the ball game and where Miles was coming in. Miles had won 4 games in a row. Even though you had some trouble with teams like Benedict and Clark Atlanta, you kind of were able to kind of get some of those things worked out a little bit, at least against Edward Waters. So the team had to have been feeling pretty good heading into this ball game.
Yeah, anytime you get a win, whether it's a tough win or, you get a win, you're always happy and excited. And like I say, a lot of those teams' record didn't show the kind of team that they had. They always had a great team, just from the ball didn't fall here or there. But, we're looking at the Clark Atlanta game, well-coached team. Looking at the Benedict game, well-coached team, and their record didn't show. And then going at Waters, and they came back second half with a little spurt and getting their offense rolling. And, but, didn't come to Central State. They've been struggling a little bit, but they have had some success. And they played a tough Tuskegee team the previous week before, we had to play them.
So you have Central State, a team that the whole time you've been here, you've only lost to them one time, but that trip to Ohio is always tough.
It's tough, but normally there's a lot of time when we get there, it's always the weather. Weather always plays the fact. It was cold, and it was wet, and it rained the whole time, driving up in the rain and waking up in the rain and going out and pregame warm up in the rain and playing in the rain, and it was wet and cold.
Well, we'll get a chance to look and see how wet and cold and how the weather played a part in this ball game. Let's get to those first half highlights. Coach, like you said, it's raining pregame, and you got to work out in it, and right away, temperatures in the 40s, ball's wet, field's muddy, and Justin Ruiz able to pick up the tough snap there and picks up a yard.
Yeah, just tough condition. We both got to play in it, and we got to make the best of it.
Here's the snap from Tyler Lowry, the freshman center. That barely got to Daniel Smith. He was able to bring it back in, but it was a loss of 9.
Yeah, just a bad snap. We just got to get a good grip on that ball. Good handoff.
Well, second drive here, Justin Ruiz, big strong run. He picks up 14.
Great job, offensive line, in spite of the condition, and Justin doing a good job.
Well, the passing game was certainly affected, just not on this play. Daniel Smith lobs one up. DeAndre Harvey, he never seems to miss, picks up 17.
Great job. DeAndre's having a great year, doing a lot of good things for this program.
Well, that was the longest pass play of the entire game for the Golden Bears, but running the football wasn't that much of an issue until Dante Edwards. He slips on the run, then he loses the football.
Yeah, just turnovers. Can't win games with turning over the football.
There were a lot of them for the Golden Bears, but it worked the same way here. Tarara Saffel, he drops the football. Rodney Coleman falls on it.
Yeah, great job defense. And like I said, we both playing in the bad condition and weather condition. We got to hold on to the ball.
Sets the Miles offense up again, and here Ruiz. He picks up 12 yards on the run down to the 30.
Great job, Luis, just protecting the ball, in spite of the condition.
So Daniel Smith, he goes back to pass here. It looks like he has a grip on the ball, but when he goes to pump, he loses that grip, and the ball comes out, and Central State gets another turnover.
Yeah, just fumbling the ball. That's what's the whole makeup that game. Just fumble, fumble, fumble.
Miles was charged with 9 fumbles in this ball game, 4 of them that the Golden Bears lost. Now, special teams played a big part in this ball game. Here, Jay Fitch is able to get off a good punt into the wind. Coverage team gets downfield. Padarius Martin, Leonard Tyree, and pins Central State inside the 5.
Yeah, great job. Great punt by Jay. Great job by the punt team doing a good job of covering.
Well, it was still tough for everyone to throw the football here. They've got a wide receiver playing quarterback, and Darrell Coleman, he throws the ball outside, and Rodney Coleman again there to get the tackle.
Yeah, great job. Defense being in position, just keeping them out of the end zone.
Here's the last play of the first quarter, and Dante Edwards barrels his way for 24 yards. The ball was at the 15.
Great job. Offensive line opening up. Great job by protecting the football.
Here we are, it's the second quarter, 3rd and 5, and Smith keeps it. He stumbles a bit, tries to leap into the end zone. It didn't work this week like it worked the week before.
Yeah, great job just running RPO and just carrying out responsibility.
Next play looks about like the same play. Smith tucks it into the belly of Edwards and pulls it out. Finds the opening easy into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears.
Great job. Just reading RPO, run pass option.
Miles is able to get off the field, and now the offense is back on the goal. 3rd and 3. Dante Edwards break loose for 26 yards. Devon Cunningham gets run over. That's not the first time that's going to happen in this game.
Oh, yeah. Great job by Dante. Just protecting the ball and getting yardage.
The next play, it's Ruiz again. He blasts through the line, picks up 18 yards, and Miles is inside the 10.
Yeah, great job. I thought our offense was doing a great job moving the football.
But the drive stalls, and now Brady Hamels in for Jackson Spradlin. Barely gets it up off the ground, has it blocked. The field goal is no good.
Yeah, just that condition, he's got to plant that foot. It's tough in that condition, but, he's got to keep his head up. Come on to the next one.
Darrell Williams, he tries to go deep here, and it looks like that ball is caught, but a lucky bounce falls into the hands of Joe Tillis.
Yeah, he got behind Joe a little bit that I thought, and Joe was able to catch up, and great job intercepting that ball.
Here, though, Miles, 3rd and 15. Smith trying to go back to pass, and there's nowhere to go.
Great job by Central State. Just play action and just couldn't do it in that condition.
Well, it's halftime. Miles leads 6-0, and when you look at the numbers on this half, Coach, it'll be interesting to note that Central State did not run a single play inside or outside of their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, I thought our defense had a great game plan. Coach Roussard had a great game plan, and I just thought our defense was playing well, in order to help win this game. But, you can't turn the ball over. I think we turned it over too many times. And getting down there, running the football and getting all the way down to the 8-yard line and not coming away with points, that hurt us, and not making the extra point because of the planting of the kicker's foot, and that hurt us too. And this becomes a point catch up when you're not making the points or getting the points you need.
Well, it's still 6-0, like we said. Do you feel good about that 6-0, or is it like this is too tough a 6-0 for me to feel comfortable?
Well, just Central State at home, they got nothing to lose, and I told our kids it's always 0-0 at halftime, and that's only a 6-point lead. They score, they back in the game, and just told our kids, we got to capitalize on opportunities. Whether when they fumble the ball, we get the ball, we can't give it back to them, or we can't fumble the ball. But that's constantly during that condition, it happened. It kept happening. We just kept reiterating. Protect the football, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
Well, again, 6-0, Miles is on top. They didn't let Central State onto the Miles side of the football field in the first half. Only 2 first downs for the Marauders, but it's only a touchdown lead for the Golden Bears. We'll get to the second half highlights a little later in the show, but when we come back, it's going to be senior day for the Golden Bears when they take on Kentucky State next week. We'll look at a couple of the seniors who have given their all for the Golden Bears despite some extenuating circumstances. We'll get into all of that when we come back here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
So you're with the UPS store?
Yes. In fact, we printed these right here.
Oh, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, faxing, notarizing, shredding, mailboxing, copying, taping, binding, consulting, designing, returning, storing, grading. Oh, and of course, shipping.
So you're into shipping?
We also do printing, packing, faxing.
Come into the UPS store today for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrew Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
Back here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. It's halftime of our game against Central State. Miles leads 6-0, and we'll have the second half highlights in just a moment. But first, our seniors are going to play their final home game here at Sloan Alumni Stadium. We've got 18 of them who will be honored prior to the football game. 2 of those guys who have come over, quarterback LeJean Cordier and offensive lineman Theodore Victorin, they came from a different set of circumstances than all the rest of them. Let's find out a little bit more about these 2 valuable seniors.
And once the program shut down, Coach Ruffin gave me a call to come over.
We had a bad season at Stillman, but overcame it to come over here. I came with Coach Keaton. He recruited me to Stillman, and he recruited me to Miles. Moving with him.
Well, over here at Miles College, winning is prideful about winning. So we go hard every day and we just try to be the best. The mentality at Miles is a lot different from Stillman, and I'm proud that I'm here. The coaches stress the classroom heavily, which makes you go just as hard on the field as in the classroom.
I feel good getting my degree, and feel good playing another year. But doing the hard work in class, it pays off really.
Whatever the obstacles I face, I just try to overcome and fight with my team. Yeah, when I first went to Stillman, I never really knew about Miles. Winning the titles, that was my first time, so it was a great experience, great feeling, and we just here to win another one. Football, just the championship and the game before the championship, just being the doubters and being the underdog and overcoming that from an 0-5 record. Coming to Miles, be ready to just grind. It's a long season, long grind. Every day is just 100%.
It's harder playing in the trenches with Coach Ellis. He work us really. I mean, here it's like we're working for something. We gotta work for this to get this. It's like go out there and work in and go nowhere. Really, to be honest, I just want to win a championship, and I felt like putting the work in, we could have done it. All the hard work I've been through, all the stuff that I went through, hey, it helped me later in life.
It's a great day ahead of us, and we're just ready to compete and have a great senior night.
Coach, you've got these 2 seniors, LeJean Cordier, Theodore Victorin, who came over from Stillman after their program was disbanded, but you were able to bring them into the fold, and they've been an integral part of the success of the Golden Bears.
Hey, great. Those two guys are awesome, man. They are both graduates. Did their, what they're supposed to do when they come to college is graduate. They've been great teammates. They've been great leaders, and just unfortunate situation that happened to them in Stillman. But Miles, we just opened the doors, open arms for at the time their coach and their coach, Coach Keaton, that came here from Stillman, and he worked here under me. And those guys came with Coach Keaton and came here and found a home and graduated from Miles.
And talk about senior day overall. You've got, like I said, 18 guys who are going to play their final home game. And you talk also about the part about graduating and how important that is for you personally, but for this program overall. Talk about that.
Well, these guys, they understand the magnitude of this program. We're here to educate, and they're here to graduate and they're here to dominate. So these guys understand that they're coming here to a program that, we're not going to substitute, not going to class, not doing the things that take to be successful in the classroom. And these guys know that, Coach Ruffin preached graduation, Coach Ruffin preached going to class, and that's the little thing that's going to help them be better fathers, better husbands, better men in the community. So these seniors, they're going to be heavily missed, but they're going to be great guys in the community.
Well, congratulations to our 18 seniors, especially LeJean Cordier and Theodore Victorin. When we come back, we'll have the second half highlights. You're in the huddle with Coach Ruffin.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrews Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
So you're with the UPS store?
Yes. In fact, we printed these right here.
Oh, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, faxing, notarizing, shredding, mailboxing, copying, taping, binding, consulting, designing, returning, storing, grading. Oh, and of course, shipping.
So you're into shipping?
We also do printing, packing, faxing.
Come into the UPS store today for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrews Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
Back here for the second half of In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. And Coach, halftime, again, you're up 6-0 on Central State. This is a little different in that you've got to deal with the weather conditions. Your guys have played in it for 30 minutes. It's cold, it's windy. The uniforms now are saturated with water and mud for a lot of them. How do you deal with that halftime as opposed to any of the other ones maybe that you've had this year?
I'm from the country. My high school coach always said, that weather, what kind of player will you have coming out of bad weather situation. So I didn't want any prima donnas. I wanted to make sure everybody's jersey was nasty and everybody got the effect of cold weather and rain and mud. And, if your jerseys was clean, I felt like you wasn't giving your effort or all the effort out there on the field. But I just told our kids to make sure that we understand the importance of protecting the football. Most important, don't worry about the cold, don't worry about the mud, don't worry about anything. Just play football, one down, one series at a time. So.
Well, when Miles comes out in the second half, the Golden Bears will be on defense as Central State looks to try to get back into this ball game. Let's look at the second half highlights. Again, Central State starts on offense, try to get a little creative here, but the ball is loose. Mitchell Smiley tries for the scoop and score, but it's Jalen Thomas who ends up falling on it.
Great job by defense. We talked about just getting the offense the ball or creating a turnover. They did a great job coming out at halftime.
Unfortunately, Miles was unable to get any traction on offense, and it had nothing to do, or maybe a little to do, with the weather. 4th and 8, Ruiz is unable to convert, and Central State gets the ball back.
Yeah, just great job, Central State. We tried to throw the football, but tough condition for us.
But the defense gets it back into the scoring column. Give me that, says Jerry Shade on the wobbler from Williams, and he returns it 27 yards for a pick six. 13-0 Golden Bears.
Yeah, great job, Jerry's just being in the right position and just coming up with a big play.
But it's on this drive that things start to turn. Here, Williams looks like a certain sack on 3rd and 9. He reverses field, and he is gone as players slip and slide. 63 yards later, he's in the end zone. Joe Tillis would block the extra point, but it's 13-6.
Yeah, just great job by defensive end, but, you know, you try to get to him, and you saw him slip down.
Dante Edwards, another tough run here, and we talked about DeVan Cunningham. He takes another ride, as he did in the first half, as Edwards picks up 8.
Great job, O-line blocking, and like I said, in spite of the condition, protecting the football. Great job by Dante.
Well, on the next play here, Ruiz, he breaks out on a big run, but you can see it already. He's got that ball out loose, and Central State comes right in and pops it out.
Yeah, we just talked about protecting the football, just didn't protect the football.
So Central State's going to get the football. They don't do much with it. They don't do anything with it here. And we go into the fourth quarter. Still up 13-6. Bad snap. Jay Fitch tries to run out and kicks it. It goes off the side of his foot. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and it sets up a shorter field for Central State.
Yeah, we got to do a good job. You know, it was a bad snap, but he still got to get that ball off.
2 plays later, Williams is back to pass. And Rodney Coleman, is on the pass coverage, but he slips. And it leaves Delaney Brown, open, and he gets a little help from his friends after he breaks a couple of tackles, but in the end, he gets in the end zone, 62 yards, and now it's 13-12.
Yeah, just great job by Rodney, but slipping in that condition, you know, just got to continue playing.
Central State is going to go for 2 with just over 7 minutes to go to try to get the lead. Williams is going to roll out, but the defense, Austin Stevens, right there, forces Williams to throw it away.
Great job by Austin and great job by the defensive backs, you know, just batting the ball down, still in position to win that game.
Miles will get the football back. They're near midfield. It's 3rd and 2. They go to Edwards. He had 86 yards on the ground, but this one sets up a 4th and 1.
Yeah, right there. You know, we just thought we could just get that first down and just seal the game. Unfortunately, we did.
Yeah, this here you'll see the offensive line not able to get that push. Edwards dropped for -1, and it sets Central State up at its own, at the Miles, actually, 48.
Yeah, that was tough, you know. Didn't come up with that first down.
Williams is going to roll and try to run again, but this time Miles' defense is right there. It's Jerry Shade leveling the boom, and it's going to set up 4th and 8 here, Coach, and they run the fake. Snap to the up man. He picks up 12 yards and a first down.
Yeah, you know, defensive end, you know, he's supposed to just been coming upfield, you know, make sure we contain that. Fortunately, he didn't do it.
Now Central State gets a pass out to Saffold. He's going to pick up 10 yards. He had been bottled up all day, Coach, but that was a good play there for Central State.
Yeah, great job, you know, he'd be able to throw the football.
Then Williams rolls again. He finds Brown, who makes the catch, and now Central State has the ball inside the 10.
Yeah, great job. You know, Central State rolling out, you know, just getting out of that mud.
Here it is. It's 3rd down, and Miles brings the pressure. Williams unable to get loose this time as Jalen Thomas with the sack.
Great job, Jalen. Great job by our guys.
Here's the game-winning kick. How was this not blocked, Coach?
I just, you know, Joe ran by it. He saw it. He already blocked one earlier. You know, we knew we can come off the edge and just, you know, just ran past the guy.
Well, with 21 seconds left, even Nunez is a bit surprised as he knocks that through. 15-13 is your final score. Miles comes up short. Mild upset, to say the least. So, Coach, tough loss there against Central State. Again, an upset, if you will, and it certainly has some ramifications as far as what's going to go on the last couple of weeks of the season.
It's tough, you know. You got to win them all, you know, and you know, we didn't win that one, so now it's our backs against the wall. We got to beat the Kentucky State team that's coming in here just high and 5-2 and ready to roll, and so that was a tough loss for us.
Now, your defense held Central State to less than 200 yards of total offense. They only converted 1 3rd down. The 4th down we saw there on the fake punt conversion. Is there something positive that you can take out of this ball game? Not just maybe from the defense even, but individual players that you saw perform pretty well despite the conditions.
In spite of the conditions, our offensive line, they did a great job. I think we still within what we've been doing, rushing the football, running the football, did an awesome job. Defense did an awesome job. In spite of the traction, especially in the secondary, you know, those guys didn't give up a lot of the big plays that they've been giving up. You know, they've done a great job, and linebackers in containing Scaffold and you know, keeping him riled and corralled the whole whole game. So I was happy about our defense, but wasn't happy just doing the things, fumbling the ball and turning it over. Wasn't happy about that.
So now you've got Kentucky State coming in. Again, we're to the must-win portion of the season. Miles will need to win this ball game. And we were talking in previous weeks about what it would mean for the playoffs. Now you've got to talk about what it means simply just to make it to the championship game.
Yeah, we got our work cut out for us, and we playing a good Kentucky State team coming in, new coach. I think they got a winning record right now, first time, and I think since 2013, from what I've been told. And those guys really playing hard, and Coach Jackson done a great job, new coach with that program. And so they beat 2 FCS schools, earlier this year. And so, we got our work cut out for us come Saturday.
And the fact that it is senior day, how do you kind of contain some of the emotions that come with that, or are those emotions that you can use to kind of help you perform on the field?
Well, I just told the guys, play hard for the seniors. This is the last one they got here at home, and just play hard for them. Seniors, we all working for a common goal, is getting back into the conference championship race and winning the conference championship.
Well, it'll be Miles against Kentucky State at Sloan Alumni Stadium. Kickoff 2 o'clock Central Time as the Golden Bears host the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. It's a big game for both teams. The loser probably falls out of the chance to win the Western Division title and play for the SIAC championship. Make sure that you get there early, as we'll have Senior Day festivities prior to kickoff. Tickets can be purchased online at www.milesgoldenbears.com, and you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Golden Bears of MC. For the coach, Reginald Ruffin, I'm A.A. Moore. We thank you for joining us here this week on In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
So you're with the UPS store?
Yes. In fact, we printed these right here.
Oh, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, faxing, notarizing, shredding, mailboxing, copying, taping, binding, consulting, designing, returning, storing, grading. Oh, and of course, shipping.
So you're into shipping?
We also do printing, packing, faxing.
Come into the UPS store today for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrew Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.